Hi and welcome to this video. In this one, we are going to talk about Tailwind CSS positions. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Positions control how an element is displayed in the web page or in the DOM. First things first, let's generate our HTML5 boilerplate, and I'm going to provide the Tailwind CSS CDN, and I'm going to give our document a title. For this example, I'm going to generate a simple figure element, and I'm going to provide it with a single class of M16, which is going to generate 16 dimensions of margin all around, which is equal to 64 pixels. Now let's go ahead and let's insert an image element. The image is going to be a fox. And what I would like to do is I would like to provide a figure caption to this image. The figure caption is simply going to say fox in the snow. Let's save our changes. Since the figure caption is small, let's style that a little bit. So I'm going to provide a class and I'm going to enlarge the text and I'm going to make the text bold. I'm going to save the changes. The first positioning property that I'm going to talk about is going to be position static. Position static is the default positioning property for any HTML element. So if I provide it or if I don't, nothing is going to change. Next up, what I would like to do is comment this figure caption so you can have it as a reference, and I'm going to generate another figure caption. And in here, we're going to talk about position relative. So wherever the element is, we can change the element's horizontal coordinate or vertical coordinate in reference to its current position. So if I do a top 24, this is going to give me 96 pixels. But if you see, there is a hyphen before the top, which means our figure caption is going to go towards the negative axis. And I'm going to give it a left 24 as well. And that's going to be in the positive axis of X. So as soon as I save that, the text is going to go up a little bit and it's going to go towards the right of the screen. Let's go ahead and let's comment this one out, and I'm going to generate another figure element. So let's provide our position absolute. And as soon as I do that, I have already applied a little bit of styling on our figure caption so we can see that better. And as soon as I do position absolute, the element is going to be taken out of the document flow, meaning other elements, if there are other elements coming after it, they're not going to respect the current position of this element. Let's provide it with a top of 0 and a left of 0. And as soon as I save that, this top and left is going to be in reference to the body because the parent of the figure caption doesn't have a position relative. Now, as soon as I provide a position relative to the parent of this figure caption and save this, the figure caption is going to respond in reference to the figure element, which is its direct parent. This is how you can control position absolute. The final two classes that I would like to talk about are class fixed and class sticky. For that, I would like to generate a paragraph element, and I'm going to provide two spans in here with a few hundred words so we can have a little bit of scrolling in our web page. This is the second span, and we are going to generate a span here, and the span's content is going to be position fixed since we talk about position fixed. Let's create a class there, and I'm going to provide it a shade of orange as a background, and the text is going to be white. It's going to have a little bit of padding on the left and right and a little bit of padding on the top and bottom. Let's save our changes. And where is our span? So what I would like to do is grab this, and as soon as I come down here, here is the span element. Now, the span is between this text, among this text, and we can see the text actually respects the current position of the span. But as soon as I provide position fixed and save the changes, let me just decrease the width of the screen a little bit. We can see our span element is gone. Where is it? Let's go up. We don't see that there. Let's go down. We don't see that there. The reason for that is we need to provide it specific points as to where we want our element to appear. So I'm going to give it a top of 0 and I'm going to give it a left of 0. And as soon as I save that, there is our element. The reason that it's called fixed is because it doesn't matter if I scroll up and down, the element is going to be always fixed in its current position. Let's talk about the last class, which is going to be class sticky. For that one, I'm going to generate the same span. The way position sticky works is it toggles between a state of position relative and a state of position fixed. The difference between this one and position fixed is that Position sticky actually requires a threshold. And before it meets the threshold, it's going to act as a position relative. And as soon as it hits that threshold, it's going to become position fixed. Let me show you how that works. So I'm going to provide our position sticky as a class here. And I'm going to say top 36, which is going to be 144 pixels from the top. Until it hits that threshold, it's going to be position relative. And once it hits that threshold, now it is position fixed. That is it for Tailwind CSS positions. See you in the next one.